Welcome. We are live, 8 o'clock Tuesday, April 21st. We're coming to you live. Hill Vending. I am Adam Hill, and I have a vending machine business in Tampa Bay, Florida. And we are here to talk today about when will it be safe to purchase a vending machine route. Okay. There's two ways to acquire vending routes. And if you're just starting buying, maybe an option that a lot of people are interested in doing. So that's what we're going to talk about. That's what we're going to talk about this evening is when will it be safe during this COVID? You know, a barrel of oil now is negative. I don't know what that means. Negative $1. So you can buy oil for less than $1 or less than $0. But when all this settles out, you can be sure of two things: that vending machines will come available, vending machine routes and vending machine locations will come available in your area. And a little later on in this broadcast, I'm going to take you to a website and I'm going to break down an actual location, an actual listing. So if you have any suggestions of where you're from, give me a city, give me a town that you would like to see me pick a route and pick it apart. So drop that in the comments. And as always, if you have any questions and you're watching this live this Tuesday, drop them in the comments here, and we'll get to them as we go. But we're now ready to start. So when will it be safe to buy a vending route? Well, first they have to open the economy back up. But assuming they do that, the landscape is probably going to be a lot different. There's probably going to be a lot more people working from home. There's going to be a lot more companies like, Jabil. Jabil's a big company here in St. Pete with a lot of office space. And are they going to implement social distancing? Are they going to implement where they don't have as many people come into the office, which is going to affect the amount of people that have access to your vending machines? Okay. Somebody I feel really bad for are people who have these cafes, small mom and pop cafes in these office buildings who are completely shut down. You know, part of the reason why I recommend getting into the vending business is the diversity of accounts. You can have car dealerships, you can have nursing homes, you can have school, you can have all different types of accounts. You're not solely focused on one area, but these are the people who have cafes in these big office buildings. They're completely shut down. So their revenue is gone to zero, where with vending machines, you can move around and be more diversified with your income, which is the reason that I like vending. And if you ask me, I didn't think this would be possible. Honestly, the only thing that could do this would be a global pandemic, a global medical pandemic, because if this happened in any other sector, it would affect one sector, but this is affecting the entire industry, entire economies. So that's who I feel bad for. I feel bad for these people who are going to zero, no revenue coming in. But eventually, we're hoping it's going to open back up. But when it does open back up, let's say that office at Jabil, that big manufacturing company that employs a bunch of people, okay, are they going to bring them all back? And if you're buying a route based on numbers from last year or before this shutdown, are those numbers going to be accurate? Because if Jabil had 1,000 people working for them before the shutdown, and then after they come back, they only decide to bring 500 back, and you decide that you want to purchase this route, this is a good location, this is a good setup that you want to buy, but they're not bringing back the same amount of people. So that's the first thing you got to be aware of. The first thing you got to be aware of is understanding that the landscape is going to change, and the numbers that were pre-COVID need to be verified post. So I appreciate you guys hopping in here. Drop your comments. Looks like we have a comment right here. Wash your hands. Amy, good comment right there. You make sure that you wash your hand, you do social distancing. But we're going to get a little bit deeper now, a little bit deeper into what to look for, how to be safe when buying a vending route. It's a big investment, guys. It's a big investment to buy a vending route. Now, when I say buy a vending route, that can mean 1 machine, that can mean 2 machines, that can mean 100 machines. You can buy as big as a route as is available. And I'll show you some of those examples here when I hop on the share the screen. But basically, you want to realize that 1, what you're buying may have changed, and then 2, you want to go and verify that the new numbers are correct. Okay, so after everything gets back up and running, you're going to buy. You want to buy a location, and again, whether it's 1 machine, 2 machines, or 100 machines, they're going to come available, and you're going to have to verify that the amount of sales matches what it's currently doing. And the only way to do that is to trust the person. Now, then we're going to get into point 2, okay, is to trust the person that's selling account. After all this shutdown, there's going to be a lot of opportunity in accounts, but there's also going to be a lot of people who are looking to get out, who lost money. They were losing money before this, and they're going to be losing money when it starts back up. So they're looking to sell the account. And notoriously in the vending business, there's a lot of, for lack of a better word, scammers or less than scrupulous people who look to take advantage of people. You know, you can inflate your numbers. You can make it seem like a great opportunity when it's might not be. So that's what you got to be aware of. You have to be aware of that this industry is not like buying a car. It's not like buying a house where you can compare apples to apples. You can see the AC is done. You can see all that. There's a number of variables that go into buying a vending route. Here at Hill Vending, we have a formula that we use to identify, qualify, and close accounts. Okay, that's one that we use. Everyone's different. Everyone has their own formula of how they value a location, a certain number of weeks sales, the equipment, payback period. There's a lot of different variables. So the tough thing about buying a vending route is first that you know what you're buying. Okay. When you buy a house, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, you can get it inspected and you can know that you're buying that. When you buy a vending route, you don't know if that person lost the account. They're trying to sell it to you to make money and ride off into the night. You don't know if the sales, because if they only have cash, if that's a real representation of the numbers. So there's a lot of variables that you have to watch out for. And you have to get educated on what those variables are. So let's see here. Jabil, 200,000 plus employees. Yeah, what's that workforce going to go down to? And what's that going to mean for vending routes going forward? Because I doubt that it's going to mean that they're going to add back people. If you can work from home, they're probably going to be working from home. So that's the what I want you to keep in mind. Okay. The second thing was the valuation of a vending route is unique to the circumstance. There's a number of variables that go into it, and more caution is going to be needed. And I'm going to get to it here in a second. That the revenue may be down. They may have lost the account. There's a number of reasons why someone may be selling an account. Over the years at Hill Vending, we bought a number of locations. We've used the 2 strategies, I'd say equally. Acquiring the right locations, bringing them into our portfolio, let's say, and acquiring them through sales and marketing, which is a whole nother aspect. But I'll tell you this, when I just started out and it was just getting going, made a number of mistakes. And if you don't watch out, you might make those same mistakes when this opens back up, because there's going to be machines that come available and there's going to be routes that come available that may not be as hot as they once were. So you have to know what you're looking for. You have to know what you're looking at. If you're just joining, appreciate you hopping on here. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. What we're talking about is, when will it be safe to buy a vending route? Okay. The risk of buying a vending route is always there, but it's going to be heightened with people needing more money, with people losing the revenue of the account The account going from 1,000 people to 500 people and them looking to sell it on a 1,000-person valuation. So be on the lookout for that, okay? If you have, let me see here, any questions? We're all set. So yeah, so what I'm going to get into now is I'm going to pull up an example. Figure out I'm using Streamyard here. I'm going to share the screen. Let's see how I can share that. You guys can see that. Okay, let me make that a little bit bigger. Okay. If you're here in America, US, watching this, I personally never purchased from this, but this is just an example, okay? Give me an example. Drop in the comments of a city. Give me a city, and I'll go and break down a route that's for sale in your city. So give me any city. Drop it in the comments. Come on, guys. Interact with me a little bit. Give me a comment. Throw some hearts on there. Throw some hearts on there, and we're going to pull up routesforsale.com.net. And we're going to break it down. I'm going to show you guys what to look for, and I'm going to tell you the pit holes to watch out for. Okay, here we go. One, how do place and price on a route? How do you pick a price on the route? How do you price it? A number of people have different methods. At Hill Vending, we have a method. If you ask somebody down the street, they'll tell you it's a number of weeks sales. There's about 10 variables that go into how we value a route and how we price it. Okay. So looks like we have Pittsburgh. Perfect. We're going to do Pittsburgh. There's a number of variables, and I'm not going to necessarily get into all those tonight. What I want you to do is I'm going to get into a few of them though. So on here, on this page, you're going to do all routes. Now, if you go on this website, guys, you can see, you can't see because it's not popping up here, but you can click this top button and it has all types of routes. You click vending machine routes. Then you go down and you put in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, what a great state. Completely locked down. Crazy. Can't even go outside in your own state. Okay, Pennsylvania. And we're going to search that. We're going to hit search. We're going to get this off of here. Okay. So let's look at this right here. Philadelphia, snack and soda. So you can go on here and get an idea. Let me pull this up here so you guys can see. You don't need to see me. You need to see this. Okay, right here, $79,000 for this route. Financing, no, and this just sold. But you can go on here and you can look at the numbers. Bulk vending machine route. Bulk vending means that's a not full line. That's not snack and drink. That's a bulk turn candy gumball machine. Okay. So look at these. There's routes out here, but also bulk. So I guess he's talking bulk, soda and snack bulk vending. 12 stops, 18 soda and snack machines. See, this isn't listed right. How many snack machines? What are the brands? What are their models? And they list on here their overhead and their expenses. Now let's see right here. The snack machines are USI, so you can go on here and look and see what they're selling. There are 12 accounts, which will consist of 18 snack and soda machines. Okay? The owner has 2-year contracts in place on all of them. Currently, the owner works 4 to 5 days, 20 hours a week. The hours are flexible. Okay? So that's the information you're going to get on this route here. That route that's coming for sale. Now, here's the problem. If this account was currently listed, like I already mentioned, this guy, the sales that are coming out of this route now are not what they're saying. Okay, so he's obviously going to be down on sales, but that's understandable. What you want to be looking for, okay? What you want to be looking for is a number of things. You want to look at the machine brands, okay? Let's see here. We got some question. What's your method? Awesome. I'll get into that here in a minute. What's your method? And can you go into detail about some of your major mistakes? And I'll get to that here, Seth, in a minute. What's your method? Guys, when you're buying routes, okay, there's 10 different variables. You got to look at the pricing. You got to look at, is there commission? Is there a contract? What machines are installed? what coin mech, what bill validator, what comes with the price. Okay. There's tons of stuff. Where's the location? Is there a moat around that business that protects me from losing it? This isn't just buying a machine and filling it, guys. There's strategy behind this. There's logic. You have to think this through. You have to protect. If you're going to invest $79,000, you need to protect that investment. Okay. You need to protect that investment. So those are some of the things that we look at, and we have parameters on. It has to meet certain things. And here's a key too: be willing to walk away from the deal. Okay. If someone's selling the route, that means they're selling. They're the seller. You're the buyer. You are in control. You set the terms. Okay. So he wants to ask $79,000 for that route. He might not get $79,000. You decide what you pay. Okay. So we're going to pull that off the screen here, and appreciate you guys hopping on here. Is that answer your question? Is that answering your question? Am I answering your question? Is he proving these sales, these 79,000? Okay. Show me your receipts. Show me your bank statements. Show me. Don't tell me. Show me. So I hope that kind of answers some of your question, Juan, on the method. There's a number of variables. There's a number of things that you want to look at and make sure. But that goes even deeper into, do you understand the brands of vending machines? Do you understand the brands of coin mechs? Do you understand the pricing? Do you understand if the pricing's low and you go in and get that account and you buy it, are you even going to be making money because the pricing's so low for 10 years because he was afraid to raise the prices because he didn't want to upset the boss? And now the new guy comes in and you want to raise the prices, but when you raise the price, you're the new guy, and they look for a new vendor. These are things there are a lot of variables. So I hope that helps you, Juan, of what you need to look at. Good info. Appreciate that. Awesome logo there, Josh. That's Josh. Josh is in the house. Let's see, Seth. Can you go into details of some of the major mistakes you made on purchasing routes? Yes, Seth, and I appreciate you being on here. I appreciate everybody watching on this Tuesday because we are locked down. Perfect time to learn. Perfect time to learn. And the information I'm trying to provide for you is based on 6 years of experience, based on over 200, already over 300 at this point, to be honest. 300,000 that I've spent in the vending business figuring it out. Okay, buying machines, buying routes. Some of the major mistakes on purchasing routes. Good question. Good question. And it's all of those items that I just listed. All of those items that I just listed. Not knowing. It's one thing to know about a brand of vending machine. It's the next thing to know, is that good or bad? Can you get parts, I should say? Can you get parts for that machine? Can you even upgrade that machine? So it's one thing to know what the problem is or know whether it's a good or bad machine. That's one thing. But then there's a deeper level of knowing, is that machine able to take a credit card reader? Okay. What are the pricing? There's one thing to know what the pricing is on the machine to look for and find out. But then the next thing is to know, is that good pricing? Are my margins going to be good? So starting out buying, getting overly ambitious when I was 24 years old was when I started. Okay. 24 years old, wanting to get out there and get going, buying serpentine machines, buying non-MDB machines, buying single price machines that you can't get parts for anymore. So those are some mistakes that I made. Becoming too thirsty for the route. And I don't want you guys to make those same mistakes. I want you to be under control and educated. And let's see here. Josh, do you cover all the stuff on your location? That's a great question. Great question. If you're interested in knowing more specific, yes, hillvending.com. Okay, hillvending.com. We have an ebook available. If you're past the ebook's the beginner phase, guys. Okay, if you're past that, go to the location guide. I go over the two strategies: buying a location. Okay, look at all the stuff that's included in this that we unpack one-on-one for a limited time. We already have one signed up. We got 9 spots available. When those 9 spots go, personal coaching goes away. Okay. We're going to go over the 2 strategies of how to buy existing routes in more depth. I'm going to one-on-one work with you to break down like we did tonight, specifically for your accounts. You're going to show me the machine, show me, and I'll break down and give you every reason why I would or wouldn't buy. And then you're going to get the complete marketing guide, because you need to know how to go out and get them on your own. Don't pay a location locator. You can do it yourself. Okay. Check that out. Check that out on hillvending.com if you're interested. If you're interested in learning more. But here's something else, guys. Say you don't want to do the 400. That's cool. Click the Let's Chat button. If you just have want to spend 1 hour with me, sign up for 1 hour. Sign up for 1 hour. Ask all your questions, FaceTime, over the phone. We'll do it however you want. You can sign up for 1 hour and I'll answer all your specific questions. If you're in Pittsburgh, break down the route that you have there in Pittsburgh, okay? I like how I pulled up a Philadelphia. Philadelphia is on the other side of the state. Nothing's for sale in Pittsburgh. Sorry. There we go. Appreciate you guys hopping on. We are going right here. We're going right down the road. Let's see. Do you think the information provided on these sites is transparent and accurate? So a great question. You have to, in order to get the information from a lot of these people on these sites, you have to sign a non-disclosure form from them. And you have to sign a non-disclosure before they'll release any of their bank statements. But even with that, like Reagan said, trust but verify. You need to trust but verify, okay? And the way you verify that is by getting the bank statements, getting the credit card statements. Look and see what they're doing. Let's see, another question here coming in. Appreciate you guys dropping your questions in on this Tuesday. Who do you use for credit card processing? USA Technology is who we use. USA Technology. A lot of people say Nyack. A lot of people think Nyack's the best. Guys, it's a credit card processor. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. A lot of people overthink it. Had someone reach out to me today and ask me, they were using all this software, to track all their sales and do all this stuff. And they asked me, could you help me just simplify the form? Can you help me simplify my finances for tracking my vending? And I said, of course I can. Guys, we do a substantial amount of revenue from one box truck, and we don't use this fancy bells and whistles software. Keep it simple. Keep in mind, the reason the people who are telling you need this software to track whether you sold 10 Cheez-Its or 11 Cheez-Its is the software company. So who's getting sold? Who's making the money? There's not enough money going around right now in these accounts. And now guess what? Half of our accounts are shut down, and who's still getting paid? Who's still getting their monthly fee? USA Technology. They're not cutting back. They're not telling me that they're going to cut my rates. So keep that in mind. Keep it simple. You've got to keep it simple and not overcomplicate it. And if you want to, reach out to me. Schedule a one-on-one. Let me get on the phone with you and really dive deep into helping you solve your problems. Okay, I'll help you. And you gotta cough into your elbow. Everybody knows that, and everybody knows you gotta use hand sanitizer. Okay, you gotta use hand sanitizer. David here, Serpentine. Yes, those machines. You don't know what you don't know. Okay. You don't know what you don't know. Appreciate you being on here. Just subscribed. Awesome. Appreciate you subscribing. Yep. Every Monday, Tuesday, I'm going to try and come live on YouTube, 8 p.m. to talk to you about vending, how we can improve, what's going on in the current vending that I see. And then Wednesday, I'm going live on Instagram. I'll be live. If you're interested, follow us on Instagram. Got a lot of day in the life stuff on Instagram, on the stories. So check us out there too. And we'll go over that. Seth, thank you for answering my question. No problem, Seth. Appreciate you watching. Let's see. We'll get to the comments here. How do you do pick list? Great question. Pick list. Pick list is what you want to get from the machine. Guess what? You do it the way people did it for years. For tons of years. Now, let me say this before for those of you who don't know, pick list, he's saying pick list is when you go to the machine and you take your order from the machine of what you're going to pick from the truck. There's a big push by these software companies that you need to pre-kit your bins, basically meaning that you would run the report and bring in the items that you need, so you wouldn't even have to do a pick list. You could just technically go right in. And while I think that can be effective in some situations, I think the majority of vendors are nowhere near needing the software that they're using. I think in certain situations it may work and it may be advantageous, but you need to go in and touch, feel, talk to your accounts. You need to get to know what they're eating. Don't have a computer tell you. You need to go in there. Once you have that figured out, sure, you can use this automated systems. So just remember that when possible, okay, when possible, whether it's finances, okay, whether it's using an Excel spreadsheet, not VinSoft or all this fancy software, whatever it is, okay, keep it simple. Whether it's finance, whether it's machines, the basic mentality is keep it simple. Asked what the Instagram handle was. We got that right there. Great question. At Hill Vending Services on Instagram. DM me if you'd like to be on live. If you'd like to come on live and do a live interview where we can one-on-one break down what you got going on, hop on anytime. Send me a DM, send me a message, and we will connect through COVID. We will connect through COVID, okay? Let us know where you're from. Come on for a 30-minute chat and we'll talk about it. David asked, how would you manage employees that aren't relatives without VMS? You manage them the same way you would manage any other shop, guys. If people are going to steal from you, then they're steal from you. I'm not saying you can't verify. I'm not saying you can't verify your sales through your credit card readers. Of course you can. Of course you can verify sales, but you need to get into your account. And people rely on the VinSoft. They rely on the tracking too much. You spend too much time thinking, overthinking it about what's selling and what's not selling. You need to get into the account. Of course, at the end of the, you need to reconcile your accounts. You need to know what's coming in from account A in cash and what's coming in credit card. And you need to make sure that those match based on the report. You need to make sure that those match. And if you don't trust someone, then that's a problem. But you also need to understand that if you hire someone that you don't trust, that you don't know is messing with your cash, that's not an employee that you want, okay? And let's face it, Canteen, the biggest vending company in the country, gets stolen from every single day. At the end of the day, you're not going to be able, if someone steals a dollar or two from every machine they go in service, what are you going to do? How are you going to find that? How are you going to find they took 50 cents from the coin box? They took coin box and they took 50 cents from the coin mech. You're going to go back and spend tons of man hours figuring out they send $1, but it adds up. They go to 10 machines a day, $10 a day, 5 days a week, $50 a week that they're stealing from you. I don't know. I don't know how you do that. Got to trust. Trust but verify. Coming full circle here. Just a couple more minutes left, guys. Let me know in the comments too if there's any question or any topics you want to see on future live streams. Tomorrow, heads up, Wednesday on Instagram, we are going to have a service man in South Florida. He runs a service van fixing vending machines. So if you're interested in learning about some repairs, tune into Instagram tomorrow at 8. It'll be interesting. If you're looking and you're new and you're having trouble with repairs, we'll talk about that. Let's see. Good question. Still rolling in. Do you videos on fixing machines like the video you did on changing the coils? Very helpful. We can do that, Juan. But pretty soon, a lot of that stuff is in the premium course, is in the courses, guys. You got to get in. You got to invest. You got to invest in your education. Okay. But yes, we'll definitely put out as much free content as we can. as free content as we can. And let's see, we got anything here? Build good relationships, understand your accounts. Exactly. You nailed it. You nailed it. You nailed it. You need to get in to build the relationships with your account. At the end of the day, this is a relationship business. Okay. Is there a way to have your coin and bill validator cartridge to have a lock and do switch out so you can have your money counted at home? I have seen it. I have seen it. I have seen little locks on it. But if someone comes up to the machine and gives someone a $5 bill to buy something, or if they want to get change or something happens, then you can't get change. It becomes more of a nuisance for the driver. Also, it shows that you have no trust. You don't have any trust in them. So that's not the norm, though. That's not the norm. You want to put your money. Yeah, you want to secure your money, though. Definitely, definitely. Let's see here. Walmart budgets for millions of dollars trinkets per year. Unavoidable. Just got to do your best to hire. Exactly. Yeah, you got to do your best, guys. Yeah, the reports are great. I'm not saying don't use the credit card reports. The credit card reports are great. I'm talking about the software system to track every sale, to track that you sold 10 Cheez-Its and 4 Cheetos. Until you're at a certain point, I would say until you're doing over $500,000 in sales, you really need to focus on getting in there and talking with your customers, understanding your accounts. And once you know that an account, I can't tell you how many of our accounts do within $10 to $50 every month, the same amount. People are pattern based. People buy the same amount. Okay. And it's funny based on paychecks too. When it's paycheck time, you'll see a bump in sales because they need to get that cold drink and that fresh snack. You know they need to get that, guys. Everybody needs a cold drink and fresh snack. Okay, no matter if what's going on, they need to get their cold drink and fresh snack. And when they get that money in the bank, they're going to go and buy that Snicker bar and they're going to go buy a cold Coke. They're not going to worry about their bills. Okay, which is why vending is a great business. Which is why I love it. People with their last guys. Is $1. People are putting in to get a can of Coke for $1. We're not talking about investing in 401ks and stuff. They're just putting $1 to get a nice drink. Trey video was awesome. Appreciate that, David. What percentage of your sales are Apple Pay versus digital versus coin? Good question. Depends on the account. For us, we have some accounts where it's 80% credit card or Apple Pay, watch pay. Don't have my watch on. You can now pay with your watch. I just saw on the video the other day, you can now pay with you can get a chip implanted. Who wants to get a chip implanted so you can just go up and pay at the vending machine? They were paying at a machine at a micro market with a chip. That's kind of crazy. Vending machines are future proof. They're accepting chip payment from your wrist. Great business, I guess, to be in. That chips are compatible. Human chips implanted in your body are compatible with vending machine payment. Who would have knew? Who would have known, guys? Awesome. Who would have known? But to get back to the question, we have some accounts where it's 80-20. We have some accounts where, depending on the clientele, and that's in younger generations. Younger generations are more apt to pay with Apple, mobile, swipe, don't carry coin. But like I said in another video, the implications of this COVID with the sanitary aspect of it, of cash, dirty money, people, some places may not ban cash, but it may be frowned upon to take cash because it's going to transmit. So credit cards, Apple Pay may become, well, I'm sure it's going to become the future, but it may become more prevalent and more required at locations. So we really are going to watch out for that, but we're prepared for that. We're prepared for that. So awesome. Amy is on fire right now. So appreciate her being on fire right now. David, on my route there, only paying 70 cents, unfortunately, for what? I'm not sure what that is. For drinks, paying 70 cents. You have credit card readers on top of that too. Sometimes you got to take it. Sometimes you got to play the volume game. Sometimes, at Walmart here in Tampa Bay, guess how much they have drinks listed for out front in a can? Pepsi, Coke machines. Which, by the way, we have a machine in Walmart. People say you can't do it. People say you can't get a machine in Walmart. Well, we do. They're selling their cans for 50 cents. 50-cent cans. So they're losing money. It's a loss leader for them. Yeah, 70 cents obviously isn't the best pricing, but you can make that work. That's why, and it's more in detail in the full course. You have to control your product costs. You have to load up on deals. When you see our warehouse, okay, that's why we can load up on deals and lower that product cost. If you're smaller, you got to buy deals when they come available. Perfect. And as long as we're still going here, we're going to wrap this up just a couple more. So do you do planograms for your vending machines? Juan, you are a prime candidate for this $497 program because the questions you're asking, I can tell you're close. I can tell you're close. You, David, I can tell you guys are close. So do you do planograms for your vending machines? Do you post it in your route book? Also, do you just maybe do like 2 or 3 LTO for a window of like 2 to 3 months since customers are pattern based? Planograms. Yes, we have a basic planogram. We have a planogram that we overlay on all our machines. We have a general format per tray, categories, pricing models per account, per tray that we go in with. So whether it's me, my brother, my brother-in-law, my dad, whoever is going to the account, it's a general format. It's the same format. That's the uniformity that I'm talking about that you guys got to have in your business, a general format. I see some of these vending, they have Snicker bar on the top row, then they have Pop-Tart on the second row, then they have a granola bar in the middle. If that's how erratic their vending machine is set up, imagine how erratic their finances are. Okay, guys, I appreciate you being here. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you're not, hit the like button, help that nice YouTube algorithm, and check it out tomorrow, Wednesday, on Instagram. Gonna go live, service questions, okay? Because as you know, I always say the 3 keys of vending. If you've heard me, this is your first time, you know, location, machines, and service. You need the 3 keys. If you don't have one of the 3 keys down, you're gonna be in trouble, okay? You're gonna be in trouble. And you're not going to be successful in the vending business. You have to have all 3. You have to hit on all 3. All 3. People say location's most important. I don't think so. They're all important. Okay. Last question here. One limited time offering. We have some different things we do with different accounts. It's a case by case basis. It's a case by case basis. We have a general overlay planogram format that we like to install. We have our a way that I could tell you is it's like in a football, a coach has his offense that he runs. Let's say it's a spread offense, okay, 5 wide. We have our 5 wide offense that we like to run, but sometimes based on the defense or the account, what they want, we have to change up the offense. We have to call an audible at the line. We have to do some different pricing. We have to do some creative pricing. We have to do some things that we wouldn't want to do, but in order to get the account, we have to do it. So we have a general playbook that we run. And if that has to change, then we change according to what the account needs. Awesome. I appreciate you guys being here. Almost 38 minutes on this live stream. Awesome, guys. Appreciate you. Check out hillvending.com if you're interested in signing up for any of the premium coaching. Love to help you guys out. Love to help you take your vending business to the next level. Need education, guys. I still have mentors. That help me. Still learning. The more you learn, the more you earn. But you guys got to remember, you have to learn before you earn. Appreciate you guys being here. And remember, until next time, keep your drinks cold and your snacks fresh. See ya.